So, are you ready to see, without anything left out, the ultimate internet profits system? And I'm going to show you and walk you through this unique, one-of-a-kind system. You see, as I mentioned previously, we've been actually allowing a small number of people to actually use my system for themselves and work with them on an ongoing basis to hand them the training, the tools, and the support to ensure they succeed with it. And we're always seeing huge successes from these people who you've probably never even heard of, because these are people that are unknown, non-guru, non-expert types that are just simply following a proven plan using our proven system. This was Jocelyn, $1,067 over a 2-day period. Barry, a $237 day. Ontarian, over $5,000 in 1 day in commissions. Imagine that for yourself. What difference would that make? Seth, $1,517 over a 3-day period. I mean, I don't know about you, but in one of my previous jobs many years ago, that was more than I'd earn in a month. These are people that are doing this in days and weeks. This is Richard Byrne, $2,500 in 1 single day. This is only possible because of our unique big commission system that enables people to get these results with zero personal selling. And I could keep showing you cases like this. Craig Dorber, another $1,000 day. You know, Gary Abella there, $1,200. Irena, 4 figures in commissions on a Sunday of all days. Craig, $3,048 that particular week. Richard and Avril, $1,000 day. We've got Pete Murray, his second 4-figure commission in just 5 days. That's $2,000 over a week. Simon, a $4,000 day. This could go on and on. But today now I want to make this about you. And I want to say this really just quite plainly to you, to be honest. Why I dare to sit here today and state that I am the one to help you grow your 6-figure income online. Now, I really don't want to spend like ages making this all about me, but there's so many sort of fake gurus and so-called experts that have just bought themselves a product and now all of a sudden proclaim to be some kind of expert that are desperate to take your money and leave you high and dry. Well, I've actually been at this stuff longer than most. It's well said and sort of reported from others that I am one of the world-leading authorities in providing done-for-you business solutions and one of the leading authorities in coaching struggling online marketers to go from where they are to massive successes online. I've had the good fortune over the last 12 or 18 months to teach on some of the most amazing stages and platforms. This photograph you're seeing on your screen now was actually taken whilst I was teaching at Russell Brunson's event, Funnel Hacking Live, in front of 3,500 people. I've been fortunate enough to give a TEDx talk and be featured in front of over 15 million subscribers, and even recently featured on Entrepreneur Magazine on their website. You see, I'm showing you this not to brag and boast, like, oh, look at me, but instead I want you to know that I don't just talk about this stuff, I do this stuff, I live and breathe this stuff, and I've helped more people than most go from struggling to success, and I indeed want to help you do just the same. You see, I'm often asked how I was able to go from a kid that left school at 16 years old and jumped from minimum wage job to job to job, working dead-end positions in things like bars and wood factories and serving as a waiter and all different kinds of jobs, to being somebody that's teaching people all around the world to have massive success online. Well, the reality is, unfortunately, it wasn't an easy path I took to get here. And it took a long time. And truthfully, it was really difficult. And I'd love to sit here and say that I decided to make money online and it just happened overnight. But the truth is very, very different. You see, my journey began 15 years ago as of now. And when I first discovered that you could actually make an income on the internet, I was completely taken away by it. Like, I was so incredibly excited. I thought from that point onwards, I was going to be rich beyond my wildest dreams. And I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't start out trying to become a millionaire. It wasn't on my scope of things I was looking to do. But what I did want to do was just make life a little more comfortable. I was really on a low wage back then, and I just couldn't really afford to do anything else that it seemed like all my friends were doing. And so just an extra $500 a month would have made a big difference to me back then. And so honestly, that's really all I was looking to do, just to make life a little more comfortable. And in doing so, I started trying countless opportunities, from MLM programs and network marketing opportunities. I dabbled in Forex and trading bots, affiliate marketing, search engine optimization, websites, publishing articles, and so much more. But in my first 4 years, I blew over $60,000 with 5 credit cards and 2 bank loans. And worst of all, I had failed in that time to even make a single commission. It's kind of sad to sort of say that out loud, but it's just the reality of the situation I was in. And so by my mid-20s, I really was on the brink of bankruptcy and living a situation that I was so afraid to even admit to anybody that I just hid the reality from everybody in my life. Not my family, my parents, my partner at the time. Nobody knew I even had a single credit card, let alone 5 of them and 2 bank loans, because I was so ashamed of the mess I'd created. And then towards the end of 2008, I really faced a pivotal moment. And one of the things I now believe in my life is that everybody in their lifetime faces a series of opportunities. So far to me, as I look back over the years, I believe I've had about 6 or 8 opportunities or moments in my lifetime where I've faced a single decision that could have sent my life one way or another. And towards the end of 2008 was one of those times. I was faced with an opportunity watching a 50-minute video to join a 6-week coaching program where somebody that was making between 10 to 20,000 a month was offering a coaching course for about $1,000 to learn how he was doing it. Now, at the time, I was incredibly scared to join that program because it was the final bit of money I could get on a credit card, on my last final bit of credit available to me. And I really faced this sort of do or die moment. Do I do this, or do I kind of give up and just accept that I've been defeated? Now, thankfully, I made that decision, and it was hard, but I made that decision to go all in with that program. And I started to learn different skills. First thing I learned was how to use a blog, and I learned how to set up this blog. And you'll see on October 20th, 2008, for the first time ever, after 4 years of failing, I said online, my online earnings to date is 0, and I even set my first goal to make just $1 online. And well, from that point onwards, having made that single decision in my life in that moment to get some help from somebody that was actually doing what I wanted to do, my life actually began to change. Within 5 weeks of writing that blog post, I finally made my first commission online. And I'll tell you, I will never, ever in my lifetime forget how that moment finally felt. To have been laughed at from my peers and people that I worked with for years. To have been told by my friends and family to give all of this up, that it's all a scam and none of it's real. To have finally proven that not only it was possible, but more importantly, that I could actually do it. Does that make sense? Do you understand that desire yourself? Maybe you're facing similar situations. Maybe nobody around you believes in this stuff, but you know deep down yourself that it is possible. And you know it's possible because you're seeing others do it. And you believe that you can do it too. Is that correct? And you see, from that point onwards, as I say, everything just took off incredibly quick. And throughout the year of 2010, just a year and a half later, I was making insane amounts of money. I'd actually teamed up with a partner and we'd launched a membership site. And over the course of that year, we made over $1,000 together. And I left the UK, I packed my bags and I started traveling the world, living what I'd seen others doing online on all those sales pages. Finally, it was me. I was living what others had called the laptop lifestyle. And I was traveling different parts of America and the Caribbean and all over Europe. I even remember swimming with dolphins on one of my birthdays in the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean. And it was just breathtaking. And I remember thinking how lucky I was and how fortunate I was to have finally figured it out. But this story didn't end well. You see, whilst I was traveling, what I'd failed to realize was that everything was crumbling around me. Now, if I bring your attention back to this screenshot of my merchant account, this is what processed all my orders. You'll notice that from February, where I made $115,602 in a single month, the income plummeted by the end of that year all the way down to $23,000. Now, I know you're saying, well, I do with $23,000 a month right now, of course, but you can probably understand at the rate it was dropping by a few months of the following year, my entire income was gone. It had completely dried up. And I had to come back to the UK. I even moved back into my mum's house, and with the money that I'd managed to save, I had to start figuring what on earth had gone so wrong. And it became apparent to me that I built my business on broken foundations. And just like a house, if you don't establish your business on solid foundations, it will not last. And so I set to work, and over the next few years, I went in search of what I believed would be a sustainable, scalable, profitable business model that did not need me there 8, 10, 12 hours a day. You see, what had happened over that year was, whilst I was traveling, my business didn't grow. And not only did it not grow without me there, it declined, it plummeted, it crashed. And so I then spent the next few years desperately following all the advice of the so-called gurus online. And I discovered that there were 3 main business models that everybody was pushing on the internet. I was told affiliate marketing is the easy way to get going, Dean. And network marketing pays you big. You should get into that and build a downline and live off the residual income. And I was even told that e-commerce is the next big thing. Now, maybe you're looking at this saying, well, I've been told those things too. In fact, have you tried any of these things yourself before? Have you tried affiliate marketing, promoting other people's products for small commissions? Have you tried joining network marketing opportunities only to not be able to build anybody into your downlines or network? Have you perhaps even ventured into e-commerce with Shopify and Amazon, but just found yourself in a whole shark pit where you just could not succeed? If you have, listen carefully. I'm going to tell you what no one else has. Each of these business models is fatally flawed and does not work for the little guy. Now, you might say, hang on a minute, Dean, I've seen people succeeding with this. And indeed you have. But I bet you they were people that already had expertise, that perhaps already had big email lists, and most certainly likely already had large social media followings. Am I right? So of course it's easy when you're in that position because they have an audience to tell about the products and the programs they join. But what about the average person starting out with nothing? What about people like you and I that had a desire and have a desire for more in our lives but are starting from scratch with no audience, no list, and no websites? What are we supposed to do? Well, that is what I set out to find. And in my first secret now, I want to show you what I've discovered to be the only way left for the little guy to get rich online without creating products or being a well-known guru. You see, when we look at these 3 main business models, we're going to see exactly how they work and what is the good and the bad of them. And the reason I'm going to take you through this is because it's the exact process I went through. The only difference is that I spent years and lost so much money trying and testing them through trial and error. and I discovered why they don't work for the average person starting out. You see, with affiliate marketing, it works like this. We have to generate traffic and get people to click on our affiliate link, and when they do, they go through to an offer that's usually low priced, between 10 to 30 bucks. And when they order that offer, if they make a purchase, you get paid a commission. Now, the good sides of this is that it's very quick to get started. You can just grab an affiliate link and you're an affiliate. You are in business, essentially. You don't have to create the products and the websites and the customer support and deliver the fulfillment and process payments and all of that typical businessy stuff. And you don't have to provide the support to people. You just focus on driving traffic and getting paid the commissions, right? So clearly some huge benefits, mainly being that it's quick. You don't have to create all of the products and build all the stuff. You don't have to support the customers. Fantastic. You just drive the traffic. So why is it that most people are struggling with this then? Well, there are some significant problems. Number one is that you've got to be great at selling the product, right? Even if it's $20 or $30, if you can't sell the product, you will never get paid. It's as simple as that. If you can't sell it, you can't get paid. And if you feel that sales has been a bit of a holding point for you, like a sticking point that's held you back because you're not naturally born into being great at sales, then you have probably struggled with affiliate marketing, correct? Also, and this is a big one, tiny commission payouts on every sale. And also, you get cut out of the big money. So let me explain what exactly I mean by that. You see, when you drive the traffic, and even if you could sell the product, you would typically get a 50% commission, which means you might get anywhere between $5 to $15. However, when you've sent the product owner, the customer, tell me this. Do you think that they will add that customer to their email list and send them offers again and again in future? Yes or no? Of course they will, right? And so when they do that and they make more money, tell me this. Do you think that they would reach out to you and say, hey, you know that customer you sent me the other week? Well, they just bought a $2,000 product and I want to send you $1,000. Can you give me your PayPal email, please? Do you think that would be the case? Yes or no? Of course not, right? They keep all of that for themselves. That is how affiliate marketing works. So not only do you get these tiny $5, $10, $15 commissions, which means you need a lot of them, and I mean hundreds of them, in order to make a decent income, you also get cut out of where the big money is made anyway, which is in the future offers that the customer purchases. So affiliate marketing, yeah, definitely has some of its good points, but the bad sides are what are stopping people from succeeding with it anyway. So then we look at the next business model that maybe solves one or two of those problems, and that is network marketing. You see, network marketing is very similar, in actual fact, to affiliate marketing in the sense of you have to drive traffic and send people to click on your affiliate link. And when they do that, they go through to the offer of that particular program or opportunity. If they buy, you get paid a commission. Now, here's where things differ and one of the benefits of network marketing. You can then qualify for commissions on the future purchases of your customers. So they might have a $2,000 offer you can get commissions on, a $5,000 offer you can get commissioned on, and a $20,000 offer in this example that you can indeed get commissioned on. So with network marketing, you actually don't always get cut out of the big money. But let's take a look at how that exactly works. So the good sides with network marketing are pretty much the same as with affiliate marketing. It's quick to get started. You can just join the program and get set up. You don't have to be the one creating and building all the products or dealing with the customer support. And you have the potential of earning the big commissions, okay? You get the potential of earning all those big commissions. So why is it then that most people that join these network marketing opportunities, again, unfortunately, stay stuck and fail? Well, here's the reality of the situation. Again, you still have to be great at selling because you're always needing to sell products. And if you can't sell products in mass volume, you will still struggle, okay? And the worst thing of all, whilst you have the potential to get paid on the future commissions and future sales of your customers, unfortunately, in order to qualify for them, they force you to buy everything. Now, there has been some huge companies come and go over the years, and even more recently, in the network marketing space. And they all operated under this same way, which is not only why most people actually struggle with it, but it's also one of the contributing reasons why they no longer exist. So what does it mean then when I say they force you to buy everything? Well, put simply, if you do not buy the products yourself, you do not get commissioned, meaning they once again cut you out. So here's what I mean by that. If one of your customers bought the $10 product, you would get a small commission of maybe $5. But then if your customer went and bought the $2,000 product or the $5,000 product and even the $20,000 product, you could get paid a commission on those, but only if you had bought the products yourself. Put simply, that means if you buy the $2,000 product, you can get paid a commission when your customers buy it. But if you don't, you get nothing. Zilch, nada. Same with the 5,000 and the 20,000. You are forced to buy it in order to qualify for the commissions. And if you don't, well, lo and behold, they just screw you over and cut you out. And it's pretty much like putting your arm up against your back and forcing you to part with $27,000, $28,000. Otherwise, you get paid very little. You only get the tiny, piddly, small commissions at the start. Does this make sense? Have you tried anything like this in the past and you've experienced these problems for yourself? Yes or no? I think many of us here would be aware of companies that were well known in the industry that are no longer here. And if you are aware of those companies, you will know that one of the reasons is because they were making people do all kinds of crazy stuff to be able to afford to qualify for commissions. And people were parting with $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 just to not get cut out of the big money. And so there is one other solution here potentially that people look at, and they say, okay, well, perhaps if I build my own brand, perhaps if I have my own store in e-commerce and I put it on Amazon with my own products, maybe this is the answer to all of these problems. Perhaps I should own the product myself rather than promoting for others. Well, how this works then is you send traffic to your Amazon listing, and of course, if somebody buys, you get paid. Of course, Amazon take a cut and you take the remainder. Now, there's some good sides with this, right? You get to build a brand, and a brand that is saleable. I, in fact, have contacts that have sold brands for millions and millions of dollars that they built up doing just this, okay? You get to tap into the existing traffic that exists on Amazon, which is amazing, right? They have so many customers, and you can put your product in front of them. And provided it's an in-demand product, you can do very well like that. You get the shipping and fulfillment all handled by Amazon if you choose to do so. But the problems here is most times here, it means you sourcing and importing stock from overseas, usually China and places like this. You have small profits because you're actually buying physical products, physical items, and because of the costs and the shipping, the importing, the fees, the Amazon, and all that kind of stuff, you are left with a small profit margin. And unfortunately, with Amazon, they don't actually allow you to build a list of your own customers. You have no future sales. So even if they keep selling stuff to those customers, you get nothing at all, okay? So I think we can agree when we look at all the popular options that are being touted online that ultimately everything else online is flawed in one main way or another. Some of them require you to be a great salesperson, right? Meaning you've got to be great at selling stuff to people. And if you can't, you make no money. Some of it cuts you out of where the big money gets made and they pocket it all for themselves, meaning you put in all the work to drive the traffic, you put in all the effort, the time, the money to generate the sales, but you then get cut out. And I don't think that's right. Do you? Some of this stuff forces you to buy on everything to get paid on it, and they're literally putting your hand behind your back. And many things provide little to no support, and quite honestly, they're just too damn difficult. And I refuse to accept that this was just the normal thing. I refuse personally to accept that only a tiny percentage of people that try to succeed online ever actually do so. I believe there had to be a better way. And I wanted to build a revolutionary new business model that had never been done before. My mission to build the ultimate system began. I wanted to create something whereby we removed the need to be a great salesperson. Would you like to be able to generate a great income online, even if you hate sales or suck at selling? Yes or no? Would you like a business system that is easy to get customers so that you don't struggle to get people into an income generating system? Yes or no? I wanted to create something that is what I call an all-inclusive payout system, meaning that you wouldn't be forced to buy the $20,000 thing, the $5,000 thing, the $10,000 thing in order to qualify for commissions on it. You got paid on everything your customers bought. And I'm talking about a system that pays you big, four-figure commissions of $1,000 and above. But despite the fact what I strived to create, I thought was the dream business model, unfortunately, for a long time, I failed at it. That was until one day. You see, no matter what I tried until that point, everything required me to be great at selling. I couldn't find any way around needing to be great at selling stuff until this day. You see, one day I was in London, England with my now wife and some friends, and we visited one of my favorite places on earth because I'm a food lover, and that is a place called Borough Market. Now, as you walk around Borough Market, there are all different stalls and business owners offering all different kinds of foods from all different parts of the world. And I discovered something that day that would go on to change everything for me. And I want it to change everything for you today too. So I'm going to show you now how indeed you can get paid $1,000, $2,000, and even $3,000 commissions, but without personally selling anything. You see, as I was walking around Borough Market, you get to this particular area as you walk around where you've got all these different businesses offering like meats and cheeses. Now, in this photograph you see on your screen right now, you'll notice the gentleman with the blue fronted stall, and he's looking down at the floor, he's got his hands on his hips, and all in all looking fairly fed up, most notably because he's making no money. He's making no money because he has no customers buying his products that he's trying to sell. Now, as I walked around and continued around the corner, I noticed something very different. I noticed another stall offering the same kind of products, but this stall, if I draw your attention to it, had a huge queue of people standing side by side, lining up to get to this stall that was offering the same type of products as the guy on the left. There was such a commotion, in fact, that even passers-by, like this lady here, was stopping to see what on earth was going on. And I was just as intrigued myself. Why were people lining up to get over there? What was going on? And I had to get closer and see. And as I neared closer, I noticed they were doing something very different to the guy on the left. Whilst they were offering the same type of products, instead of trying to sell their cheese product, these guys were giving away free samples. Now, you've probably seen stuff like this in the past, whether it be in restaurants or supermarkets, places like Costco or Walmart, or all different stalls and markets like what I'm showing you here. You see, what these guys were doing is, rather than trying to sell their cheese, They were offering people free samples like this, allowing people to try the product for free. And when they tried it, they did something very simple yet genius. They would say, how do you like that product? Would you like to take some home? Now, a large percentage of people, almost all, not quite, but almost all the people that tried the cheese went on to actually purchase some to take home. And this stall was making so much money over and over and over again by doing this simple yet different tactic to the other guy. Instead of selling it, offering small amounts for free as a sample. Now, I was completely taken aback by this. I was stood there thinking, this is genius. Whilst others were struggling to sell stuff, these guys had figured out that if we could get people to try it for free, which was super easy to give it away, people would love what they got and want to buy more from us. You see, giving stuff away for free is super powerful for many reasons. For example, everyone, and I bet even you and me too, I know I do, everyone loves free stuff, especially if it's something that you're already interested in. It's easy to get people to say yes to something that's free because they don't really have to think about it. It demonstrates value up front. You see, what these guys were doing, instead of struggling to sell the product, they just let you try it for free. And when you tried it, you loved it and you bought more. You see, free gets people's attention. And as you've just seen, it creates action. It gets people to stop and listen to you and take the action you want. It gets people buying by stopping trying to sell. Isn't that wonderful how that works? Does this make sense? Do you get this? And as I came home, I want you to know quickly, I'm not talking about doing what everyone else does. I'm not talking about giving away free templates or free case studies or free reports. These guys weren't saying, would you like some free information about cheese? They were giving away the actual product, right? And so I came home that day and I got on my computer and I started to research more and more about this idea of giving away real, tangible, physical products for free to make a lot of money afterwards. And I uncovered that billion-dollar brands have been doing this for decades right under our noses, and they're making fortunes. For example, PepsiCo. They were giving away samples of Cheetos and cans of cola there. Yes, free. They were giving away stuff for free. Why would they do that? Well, they know that when people try it for free, which is super easy to get people to say yes to giving something away, they know that some people are going to love the product and keep buying it. That's what happens every single time. Here's Johnson & Johnson. They were giving away a full-sized baby product for free when you just cover $5.95 for shipping. Why? Because they know when they try it for free, some people are going to love it and keep buying. Coca-Cola out on the streets of New York giving away cans of pop for free. There's a company here in the UK called Graze. It's like a snack box. And they grew into a massive, massive brand. And they did it by giving away a free box of snacks. And you've probably heard of the Dollar Shave Club. They were bought out for $1 billion. How did they grow? In such a short period of time, they gave away a free box and people subscribed and kept paying them every month because they loved what they got for free. You see, what all of these businesses figured out is that, one, it's easy to give stuff away for free, and two, when you give people stuff for free, some of them are going to love it so much that they keep buying from you forever, over and over and over again. And so the question in my mind was probably the same as the question in your mind right now. How can we do this on the internet with our kind of products? You see, all my products are like digital products that help people start and grow a business. How could I do this? I don't have like blocks of cheese or cans of cola or bags of French fries or crisps. I don't have those kind of things. I have digital products. How could it be done? And honestly, I just couldn't figure it out. And so I did what I believe every smart entrepreneur has to become good at. You see, I learned a long time ago that the fastest way to go from where you are to where you want to be is to find somebody that's already doing what you want to do, and you do whatever it takes to learn from that person. I made a decision in 2008 to do that. It changed my life. And in 2015, when I was trying to figure this out a few years ago, I did the same again. I pulled out my credit card and I invested in myself. And it's enabled me to make millions because of it. Now, at that time, in 2015, I reached out to a guy called Russell Brunson. He's the co-founder of a company called ClickFunnels. And on August of 2015, I paid him $25,000. Now, of course, that's a huge investment and very scary to send someone that amount of money. Very daunting, in fact. But when you see what happened next, I think you're going to agree that was the cheapest, lowest investment, the smartest investment I'd ever made. You see, I spent the next year learning directly from Russell himself, spending many days over the course of that year with him in person, learning exactly from him. And one of the things he was privy to showing me behind the scenes of was how he'd launched and grown ClickFunnels and made over $100 million with it. Okay, now he showed me under the hood and I told him my idea and what I'd seen these brands doing, and he kind of laughed at me and he said, Dean, I've already figured this out. And here's what he showed me. He said, look, I wrote a book called .com Secrets that teaches people about sales funnels. He said, now, even though people can buy my book, he said, I didn't want to try and sell my book to people. And so what I did, I set up a website and people can come to my website and they can get a free copy of my book. He said, all they do is they provide me with their shipping details. They cover a small shipping and handling cost, and I ship them a book for free. Does this make sense? By the way, just before I move on, do you see what I mean with that? Do you see what he showed me? You provide your name, your email, your shipping address, and then cover a small shipping and handling fee. And rather than buy the book, you get a free copy. Does this make sense? You see that? You see how that works? I want you to pay close attention because I paid $25,000 to learn what I'm about to show you here now for free in this next couple of moments. You see, whilst you might understand that part as I did, what I didn't understand, and as I said to Russell, is like, but how does giving away a free book online help you make any money? And here's what he said. He said, well, the truth is, Dean, I've got products that sell from $2,000 all the way up to $50,000. He said, now, if I tried to just sell those things to complete strangers, well, chances are they might laugh at me and not pay any attention. He said, it's kind of like that guy you told me about at the cheese stall that day trying to sell his product and nobody was buying. He said, but the guys giving it away for free simply asked people that tried the free samples if they wanted to buy more. And he said, that's exactly what I do. And so he showed me. He said, I give away my book and they just cover shipping and handling. Then after they receive the book, I start following up with them and asking them if they want more from me. And he said, now, naturally, some people that order the book buy more. He said, I've got products from 2,000, 3,000, 6,000. He said, now, some of those people that get the free book love it so much that they buy one of my additional programs. And he said, now I start making thousands of dollars. He said, now, some of those people, though, they want more hands-on help from me. And he said, I've got premium programs that go up to $50,000 per year. And he said, and naturally, of course, some of those people buy that program. He said, so it all starts with giving away a free book. Do you see how that works? Do you see that just like I'd seen that day on the market, this is exactly the same thing, but online and something that we can do ourselves. And so after 2 years of work, pouring my blood, sweat, tears, and tens of thousands of dollars, I'd created a unique business model that requires zero personal selling, that automatically sells more than a dozen products to those people for me, that pays me big commissions without my having to talk to anyone myself or personally sell anything, has multiple streams of income, including recurring commissions, and can be used successfully in just part-time hours. Literally 1 to 3 hours a day is all you need with this. So, are you ready to see, without anything left out, the ultimate internet profits system? And I'm going to show you and walk you through this unique, one-of-a-kind system. Okay, here it is. I wrote this book on affiliate marketing. It is a printed physical item that gets mailed out and shipped out to people all around the world by my team that I built, and a fulfillment center that we've got our products now in. And because everybody loves free stuff, it is super easy to offer this to people in many ways online, and all you're doing is giving away a free book to people that want to learn how to do things properly online without creating their own products. It's kind of like what I'm walking you through here, but it's a written, sort of printed item. Now, after I give that away, I then put people through an entire system, because I built a vast, high-quality product collection that takes people through all different areas of help that they need in starting and growing their business online, from traffic generation and software and sales funnels and list building and done-for-you solutions and live events and all different kinds of things. So all I do is give away that free item, and then I also have people that speak with my customers and ask them how we can further help them. And of course, naturally, some of those we speak with, we accept into one of our high-level programs, and literally this is how I get paid thousands of dollars in commissions. And so my system in a nutshell really works like this. I give away a free book. Then my system sells more products to those people to help them in all different areas further. People then apply for my premium solutions, and I make big commissions. That really is exactly how it works. So all I have to do every day is think, how am I going to give away more free books today? I'm not going to have to struggle selling stuff anymore. All I do is give away free stuff. And so I have a system now that sells products all the way from as little as $5 to thousands of dollars day in, day out. And as you can see, on one day here, sold a product that was $19, another product that was $47, $5, $19, $4,997, $19, $197, and so on and so forth. So multiple products offered at multiple different prices that automatically get sold for me when all I do is give away free stuff. And this happens day after day after day after day after day. In fact, this happens every day like clockwork, even if I'm not personally there myself, because I only have to do one thing, and that is generating me millions and millions of dollars. You see, all I have to do is send some traffic to that single page to give away that free item. Everything else is then handled for me. So, I hope you enjoyed that presentation. Now, you might have a few questions around this, such as, what exactly is that type of sales system? How do I get one? How do I use one? How do I make those four-figure type of commissions and grow a truly profitable business as an affiliate online? Well, the way in which you're going to be able to do that is all detailed inside of the iceberg effect. Now, click the button below, order yourself a free copy of my book. We'll get this in the mail to you right away. When this arrives, I want you to read it immediately. Not only that, you're going to get the bonuses, which is the audio book, the online masterclass, and some extra surprises, which you'll see when you click the link below. As I say, the book is free. That's my gift to you. Just cover the shipping and handling so we can get it to you. And we're going to dive right into what that sales system is, why and how that all works, why you need it, and exactly how you can get on the fast track to building your online business successfully. So click the button below now, grab a book, and I'll see you there very soon.